So epistemology are just knowledge claim or the nature, what is known about the area that you study, because Plato believed for knowledge to be accepted as a knowledge, you need first what you believe. The reason behind what you believe, or the rationale. The truth is what we're going to test through your hypothesis. Okay. If there are X factors, katakan shared domain knowledge is a contributing factor that affect business IT alignment, positively significant. That is what has been proved. You need to prove it. So you need to collect data, right? Whether there is shared knowledge between IT and business personnel. If there is shared, if it is significant, fine. You can support your claim. Sometimes it's not. It may not be significant. Right? So knowledge is that. Right? From Surah Luqman, verse 27. And if whatever trees upon the earth were plants and the sea, replenished thereafter by 7 more seas, the words of Allah would not be exhausted. Indeed, Allah is exhausted in mind. Therefore, you need to seek knowledge. And to prepare, we need to prepare ourselves with knowledge to solve a lot of problems. Sometimes we just assume. Years ago, the multimedia super corridor will launch and everybody think that it's going to be successful. It's great. So, adalah projek e-village, kan? Macam-macam lagi. What happened now? E-village, kononnya nanti pengusaha-pengusaha filem daripada luar negara akan datang dan buat syuting semua. Kan? Just because 1 or 2% feels that it's going to be successful. Tapi tak explore, tak buat research mendalamnya. Apa jadi e-village, padang apa? Padang whatever lah. Kan ada dia punya peribahasa kan. Baik. Tak cukup research, tak cukup argument for you to make the claim that it's going to be successful. Buatlah market research semua. Tanyalah. Bollywood dah ada, Hollywood dah ada, Hong Kong dia ada dia punya studio. Jadi kalah macam itulah kan. So kalau anything that you need to solve, even for the world, the country's problem, it has to be well researched, because you're not going to do this exercise, but on your own, please do it. Okay. First, you must find out the truth so that when false proposition cannot be discerned. You need to do that, okay? And in order for something to be considered as knowledge, it must be true in nature. Perlu buat kajian, perlu diuji. You need to do further tests. You need to test with data. We need to test with the data that we collect and do the statistical test, whatever test. Many, many times, not only once. Therefore, the data that you need to test has to be sufficient. Of course, dalam positivism and interpretism ada dia punya requirement. Ya, kalau nak test statistically tak cukup. Kalau less than 30 tak boleh lah. Kan? Kalau qualitative boleh. Dia ada. Kalau nak pakai SEM, mesti ada data, ada certain amount. Ada dia punya formula. You need to know that. Right, so actually epistemology is a branch of philosophy. Ada banyak knowledge that you need to deal with. Intuitive knowledge, your intuition tells so. Intuitive ni daripada pengalaman. Kita dapat tahu, okay, I think most of the time supervisor ni dia ada intuitive knowledge. I think you better not do that. Why don't you try to think about other approach? Because I know some failures when you use that, possible failures. Okay, authoritarian, yes, ini yang anda dapat melalui research-based article. Ya, authoritarian. Maknanya mesti yang research based daripada ISI ataupun at least Scopus, right, yang dah pun wasit, being reviewed. Okay. Logical knowledge, after you found the authoritarian and the intuition that you have, you start reason out. Okay. Empirical knowledge is what you have established based on the truth, which is based on objective fact. Maknanya fakta yang dapat diuji. Okay, so you look at the perspective this way. Instead of, okay, I'm going to use this method, you start with ontology. What is your claim? Okay, from that claim, you answer the next question. What and how can I know reality? Through reading the previous knowledge, through literature review. Okay. From there, what do you know? The approaches that they also use to get, what approach can we use to get knowledge, right? So through literature review, through data collection, through recording, knowledge could be also through white papers, through past research, through qualitative, through quantitative, banyak, right? Sometimes knowledge could be obtained through recording, through interview. Of course, that part is the research part, your research part, your data gathering, okay? But from literature review is mostly based on authoritative knowledge, which has been published, tested, and proven. That is what you're going to analyze and critically evaluate in your literature review chapter. But the other possible knowledge would be what you're going to collect from your respondent. What you're going to collect from your respondent is also based on epistemology. My research is the use of online information system. So, I collected data. Ya, saya dapatkan data-data daripada middle managers di syarikat-syarikat tertentu sahaja. Bukan semua. Apa hujah saya kenapa middle manager saja? Daripada buku On the Work of an Entrepreneur, published in 1950, saya belajar untuk memahami kerja-kerja seorang pengusahawan sebab I don't have any business knowledge. Saya punya knowledge basically library science. Dan saya tahu bahawa CEO mereka tak akan cari maklumat. Tapi mereka perlu maklumat, dan maklumat yang mereka perlu untuk bentangkan di mesyuarat, ya, dibuat oleh middle managers. Middle managers ni lah yang cari daripada database. So, buat apa saya nak interview CEO? Kan? So, even your sampling needs to be supported through your literature. Kenapa company-company tertentu saja? Sebab daripada epistemologi, kajian-kajian lepas saya dapati hanya syarikat tertentu saja yang menggunakan online. Jadi kalau saya pakai hantar je, memanglah tak dapat balik saya punya respon. I can tak boleh proceed based on previous research. So literature review ini bukan saja untuk bab 2. Untuk anda nak buat proposal, bab 1. Untuk bab 3, method. Kan? Kalau algorithm atau method, ada banyak method. Kenapa pilih method Y? Kena explain beberapa method yang telah digunakan. Dan method-method yang ABC tak boleh, kerana apa? All argument needs to be supported. Kerana apa? Ya, sebab kalau tak ada jawapan tu sebelum anda nak pergi viva, kena bersedia lah. Ya. Right, so make sure all possibility. Okay, what procedure can we use to acquire knowledge? Adalah the plan, the strategy. What tool? Tool could be instrument, questionnaire. Tool could be dalam scientific, your experiment, your material, right? Okay, and finally, data apa yang perlu? What data sources do you need to collect? Perlu ada data dulu sebelum kita nak uji. Data bukan saja data through questionnaire. Data could be from recording, data could be daripada email yang anda collect dan analyze. Ada macam-macam data. All those could be obtained through literature review. Okay. So, kita dah tahu apa ontologi dan apa epistemologi, maka ada dua tradition atau ideologi, ya, untuk dua-dua ni, untuk ontologi and epistemologi. Sama ada positivism or interpretism. Formal method is positivism. Interpretism lebih qualitative, ya. Simple. Saya takkan go in detail, but I think you should mesti tahu itu semua. Right. Kalau positivism boleh diuji, okay, boleh buat eksperimen, boleh diuji. So empirical science can and should be extended to the study of human, mental and social life. Jadi bukan saja testable through experience atau observation, tetapi through interpretism, melalui interview. Tapi ini positivism, yes, it must be in a control and structured. Ya, ada struktur dia kalau kita guna pilih metodologi positivism. Kalau interpretism ada struktur dia juga. Dia bukan saja interview. Macam mana anda nak capture, buat memo macam mana? Dah buat memo, masukkan dalam apa? Boleh sekarang ni pakai NVivo dan EndNote dan sebagainya. Dan dia akan jana dan keluarkan team. Your thematic analysis, your open Excel, whatever, you need to know that in interpretism. Right, so positivism ada juga, mesti ada sampling frame. Sampling frame anda tak boleh kata, oh nak pilih sekolah ini aja lah, tak. Dia nak pilih syarikat ini aja, tak boleh. Dia ada sampling frame. Kalau syarikat, okey, berapa dalam satu? Kalau kajian business IT dalam apa tu universiti, berapa universiti? Dalam satu universiti tu siapa yang ada nak interview? Department apa? Dalam satu department tu berapa? Mesti tak terbias, ya. You must comply to the requirement of each methodology. So ini secara keseluruhannya, ya, for a positivism, apa biasanya is objective knowledge, boleh diuji deductively, dan contoh hipotesisnya, method biasa survey, questionnaire, random sampling. Hypothesis untuk positivism, violent on TV leads to juvenile violence. Ada cause and effect. Kita perlu test, ya. Kita boleh nampak data yang kita collect, dia dah uji. Another example, there exists a significant correlation between emotional intelligence and reading skill. Dan the research process involved research question based on your problem. Next, your research design, your data that you need to collect, and how you're going to interpret the data. You start analyzing and start building up theory, and finally your conclusion. Of course, there is a lot of iterative process in between, ya, bukan sekali aja. Ada lagi perlu di soal lagi yang perlu menambah baik, ya. Interpretism adalah not everything can be tested because sometimes it could be relative, right? So you need to use interpretism. Some discipline is socially constructed. Maknanya pengetahuan tu boleh didapati melalui interaksi sosial, by interviewing, kan? Tak boleh melalui collect questionnaire, masukkan dalam SPSS and then start testing, tak boleh, right? So kalau gitu methodology dia lain, iaitu interpretism approach. Because why? Tak ada fixed structured method sebab isu yang anda nak tangani adalah kompleks, macam Buddhism. Tak boleh. Positivism perlu interpretism. Banyak yang perlu disoal. Banyak stakeholders yang perlu anda. The knowledge is still left open. Banyak yang perlu kita nak tahu. So interpretism is the best approach, kerana knowledge itu akan didapati melalui informant, mereka yang akan memberitahu. Because you need to understand and interpret behavior. Dalam humanity, dalam social psychology, kita perlu menginterpretasi perilaku. So, it is important to understand motive, meaning, reason behind such subjective experience. Berbagai, pengalaman ni berbagai. Ya. Jadi kita dapat dari banyak sudut perspektif lebih baik daripada pandangan yang bias. Okay. So ini secara keseluruhan, interpretism mostly subjective knowledge, a lot of theory building, nak terokai makna di sudut apa yang berlaku, elucidating meaning, dan approach dia ethnographic study. Maknanya macam Margaret Mead, ya, dia mengkaji anthropologist, dia mengkaji the New Guinea Society, atau Prof ya, dia memang orang kata orang asli, pakar orang asli. Seumur hidup dia, daripada muda sampailah dia pencen, dia akan bawa pelajar dia duduk dengan orang asli untuk nak memahami selok-belok masyarakat orang asli. And he start writing about orang asli. So an example of a hypothesis in interpretism, what are the causes of juvenile violence as opposed to the cause for television violence causes juvenile. Itu kita test. Tapi yang ini tak ada testing, tapi menerokai, ya, penyebab-penyebab juvenile violence. So you can only get it through qualitative, right? So as a whole, you still need a central research question. Think about your research instrument, how are you going to do, collect your data, interpret the data, and theory building. And for the data is grounded. So for grounded theory, you have to still collect until point of saturation, right? Itu semua anda perlu tahu bila anda gunakan metodologi interpretism. Right, so you see at this perspective, this should be the way. And the final one in method, you break up into three. Research method, what method are you going to use to gather your data and to analyze your data? Analysis method. Nak pakai analysis apa? SAM ke atau PLS ke? Ya. If you're going to do nak test model, nak validate model, nowadays you use SAM or PLS, but it depends on the type, the number, the data that you collect, which is more suitable. So when you select, these are the questions that you need to answer. Yeah. So I don't need to explain this because I've explained earlier. Right. So always remember, yang ini contoh-contoh, ya, dan epistemologi apa yang anda nak guna, nak approach, nak pakai objectivism ke atau constructionism atau subjectivism. So this is a list. It's up to you, right? And then your theoretical perspective, the various methodology that you can think of using it, right? The planning for your planning, research plan, and the method is the tool and the technique, right? So all possible way, and make sure you understand which one is most suitable. Right, so this is graphically the types of research methodologies that you can use. And how do you link? Oh my, I have only 5 minutes. Well, I think they can give me extra 5 minutes. Okay, okay. All right, so this is basically a common method. Yeah, you choose your topic and do your literature review, raise your question and hypothesis, and then select a method, a theory, collect your data, analyze your data, and present your result. But after reading a few, I come up with this. Right? Okay. We start with a question of interest first. Question of interest was raised from the problem that you identified. To determine what type of research to be carried out, apa yang kita nak kaji? That's the first question. First must be based on current knowledge. Janganlah buat yang benda yang dah bertahun-tahun orang nak buat. Kan? Of course, macam business IT alignment sampai sekarang. Fine. Okay, it start from Venkat-Ratman strategic alliance model. Dari situ kajian berkembang. Right. And also you must realize the importance of literature review. Okay. That will help you to answer what type of research to be carried out. Simple, isn't it? Yeah. What is the current knowledge? What is the new knowledge that you need to create? Okay? Okay. And then come out with your thesis statement. Second, do further research through literature review. What's known? Okay. So you must also know the purpose of doing literature review. Knowing the purpose would guide you. Okay. You need to know, you need to obtain about the current information knowledge in that area, and also to identify the sub-area. Okay. Okay. Try to answer this question on your own. Literature review also involves the purpose of doing literature review to help you to summarize. But it's not just a matter of just summary. You must also synthesize. You need to analyze, you need to summarize, you need to analyze, you need to synthesize. What is synthesis? It's a long story. It will take one day. So synthesis is like what you know, right? Business IT alignment affect organization performance, adalah a few yang support it, other, but there are IT department that is closed because organization are not gaining. You start giving a few, and then you stop there. Bagi pada supervisor, oh great, I've written at least one section. So what? You have told me that, so what? Ada so what pula? Tahu kepala. So what? Iyalah, IT memang improve organization performance lah. Terima kasih banyak. Okay, kan? Macam itulah, kan? That's it. That's what I found out. So what? Saya tanya lagi student saya. So what? Apa lagi? Dah bagi, dah ucap-ucap. I found the argument. Ada yang klien dengan saya. Okay, but you have written and found that there are organizations that are not gaining from business IT alignment. They don't align. Why is it that some organization close up the IT department? And discussing. Well, because they could not align because the business and the IT, they don't share the knowledge in order to make a system that support each other. Something. So what can you tell me from that? Yeah, there. You business IT, why is it that some align? Well, because they share knowledge. When they share and they discuss, there is an understanding. Okay, there is an understanding. And when there is understanding between two departments, most of the time it works. So what can you tell me then? Okay. For the first time, I'll teach you how to synthesize. You do a comparative table, and this is what you found out: the success and the failure and the factors. So what can you tell from that? That for alignment, for business IT to align, there are factors that contribute to the alignment. For organizations that fail in business IT or fail to align because of factors that they overlook that support alignment, right? Therefore, in business IT alignment research, further research has to be undertaken to study all possible factors that would contribute or influence business IT alignment. Itu aja. This is the kan. Right. Okay. You need to synthesize. Another purpose is to know what is known and what is unknown. What is known? Okay, there are factors contributing. What is unknown is the gap. Right? Okay, find out about the gap. To uncover a research problem. Banyak orang ingat problem statement, tengok, oh masalah macam ini, tengok apa tu, kita observe, oh masalah bully ada viral, tengok perempuan, pelajar perempuan ditumbuk pelajar perempuan lain, Masya Allah. Kan, ada viral through YouTube, macam-macam kan. Ganas, so tak cukup, ya, tak cukup. You need to also find out from literature, why is this happening, right? Okay. And to question the current state of knowledge about a topic in order to define an area for new research. Itu purpose. Kita nak tahu area baru. Ya? Okay. Ini contoh yang saya tak akan baca. Bila anda dapat slide, anda baca. Dalam literature review, you are expected to give the key landmark study. Ya, biasanya kadang-kadang banyak ya yang salah faham literature review ni. Okay, right on knowledge management digital. What is knowledge management? Definition of knowledge management, dia dah bagi semua definition. Lepas tu subsection dia bagi knowledge management in various industries. Lepas tu dia bagi mechanism macam-macam. Yang itu okey juga. Okay. Dia ada subtopik macam teks. So bila student saya submit pada saya, no, the next week dia datang, I would kindly like your comment, appreciate your comment. No, I just read 2 pages of your literature review and I refuse to read. Because you have not given me the literature review, you have just given me a text, just like a textbook chapter. No, I don't want that. I want literature review. So how do you start on the right step? By addressing the key landmark study. Daripada situ kita lari daripada nak buat textbook style. Yeah? Focus on previous research, studies that has been done. Start daripada situ. Bila kita start, then kita akan beralih daripada tendency to write textbook style. Okay. Okay. And finally, di akhir setiap subsection ada gap. The conclusion of your literature review, what is the gap? That is what you are expected. Ada lagi purpose ya, to explore issues, theories in scholarly writing and provide explanation. Cari teori-teori. Kenapa shared domain knowledge affect business IT alignment? Sebab ada teori, knowledge-based theory, resource-based theory, uncertainty reduction theory. Kenapa berjaya? Kalau ada kefahaman antara dua pihak yang mula-mula mereka macam tak bias lah kan. Alah, business people ni, diorang ni tak tahu, tak faham pasal IT. Diorang ingatkan senang-senang je ke nak buat macam apa yang diorang nak. IT business people pula kata IT people ni diorang buat pakai programming sistem diorang short sendiri aja kan, tak support apa yang kita nak. That is theory of uncertainty reduction. Bila dua pihak dah ada bias, tapi bila mereka bertemu dan berbincang dan cuba memahami antara satu sama lain, akhirnya mereka akan faham and they can build system which support each other. Mesti ada juga teori ya. Right, so this is an example of what you expected to write in your literature review. What are the issues, what are the theory, baca, right? And I've given you a few examples you can read and understand better. Right. Satu lagi purpose, kita nak tahu relationship between concept. Saya tanya LHDN punya staff, dia attend sebab dia nak tahu kenapa hanya 10% saja orang itu final. Kenapa? Yeah. The reason is this, from literature review. Sebelum tu dia orang kata, oh, our awareness project tak menyeluruh lah, tak turun padang lah, macam-macam. So I told them, right, explore the literature, and they found this is the relationship, the risk factor tu yang penting. Yeah. So look at hypothesis, a relationship to help you to create hypothesis. Hypothesis ni tak boleh nak pakai bahasa-bahasa sendiri. Ya, mesti academic. So how to write a proper hypothesis, you learn from previous researcher, right? To learn how researchers define words. Kalau saya nak kata shared domain knowledge or IT track record is one of the factors for business idea alignment. What do you mean by IT track record? You have to explain first. Through literature, kita kena explain dulu konsep yang kita introduce, right? Right. So this is an example of what I mean. This is important to explore previous approaches and method used. I'm not going to explain further, but this is what you expected. Yeah, this is called a bibliometric table. Biasanya awal key landmark study, you need to have this table to get an overview. Kalau kita ada table macam ini, kita lebih mudah menganalisis, lebih mudah membuat sintesis, lebih mudah nampak secara perspektif ya teori yang digunakan, method yang boleh kita fikir nak pakai, dan beberapa aim, search aim. Ini semua akan membantu kita. You can give an overview from this table of what is known. So a good literature review and a scholarly one would expect all this table. Right? Ada lagi, to provide a theoretical background, to identify relationship, to prove your contribution, your proposed research is of great contribution. Itu di bahagian conclusion of your literature review. Right. Alright, what is the role of literature review? Lain. Role dengan purpose lain. Right. The role is in chapter 2. By the time you complete your literature review, you demonstrate that you have done a thorough literature search, you have command the subject, you understand the problem, and to justify the research topic, design, and method. That's the role. So when you do your literature search, you should be able to answer all these questions. Not necessarily all. What is appropriate to your topic. Okay. Try to answer all this. It will help you in your epistemology. How have these approaches have approaches to this question, increase your understanding and knowledge. Right. So if you want further coaching, there's a one-day workshop that MPWS organized. Please welcome. I welcome you to this workshop because you will be going through 9 exercises through the 6 steps approach. Okay? I will not explain that. Identify the problem once you have done your literature review, and during reading your literature, you would try to find the problem, because it is more important than its solution. You don't find the right problem, you will not find the right solution. Okay? It is actually the heart of your research project. So, right. I don't know whether, but I do cover this in a one-day workshop, maybe in UKM. Right. Okay. Yes. So based on the literature review, to represent relationship between various theories in the area of your research, you need to use diagram. Okay? This is mapping. You should try to map once you read and write your literature review. It could be a cause relationship or correlational relationship or network relationship. There are a few examples here. You need to use diagram to show, to come up with your conceptual framework. All right? Okay. Right, you need to know what are constructs. These are the various constructs. And you need to identify variables through your literature review. Okay? And it must be measurable. So there are various types of variable. Which one is most appropriate to your research? Right. So the next exercise is through your literature review, when you have identified the problem and the variable, you can start filling out this. Okay? There's a difference between construct, there's a difference between variable. Construct cannot be measured. The construct of strategic alignment cannot be measured. But the variable to measure strategic alignment are shared domain knowledge, IT in management process, in the business process. Yeah? So once you have identified, you can develop your hypothesis. These are a few ways to write your hypothesis based on your objective to compare personalization and politeness of emails written to peers versus professors. Your hypothesis would be students would write more personalized emails to peers. However, when writing to professors, students would adjust their language and construct less personalized and more polite emails. This would be a claim, right? It sounds like what? Like an ontology, right? Right. Okay. So these are examples that helps you to think the right way. Research question, why have organizations introduced early retirement? Objective, to identify organizations' objective for implementing retirement scheme. So go through these examples that I give you. Time is constrained today, but I've given a few so that you understand better. Yeah, between a research statement, general objective and subjective, specific objective. And to write objective, you start with to identify, to develop, to measure, to determine. Okay. So these are more examples for you to write your objective. So it's if your research is descriptive, is to describe. Correlational, to ascertain if there is relationship. Explanatory, to explain why relationship is formed. Explanatory is to explore an area. Most of the time, explanatory is ignorance. Next, how do you plan to solve your problem? Okay. So there are 3 types of research questions based on the problem. You raise your research question. Then the use, for example, the topic, the use of swear words among male and female speakers. That is your topic. So you need to raise questions to narrow down the topic to help structure your research. Because if you fail to ask the right question, which is your research question, to establish a proper theoretical foundation for later research or application. So it's very dangerous if you fail to ask the right question. Right. This is a critical thinking table, critical thinking tool. When you tabulate, you can see better, right? A research question: what are the swear words used in practice among teenage male and female speakers? Hypothesis: teenage male speakers use more swear words than teenage male speakers. That is what you claim. You need to prove it. Okay. So you start filling up the table. Yep. And then the problem from your research methodology, you need to prove your hypothesis. And the method for proving the hypothesis is called research methodology. It depends on the type of hypothesis, right? Remember the example that I gave earlier? For interpretation, the hypothesis is different than positivism. Right, so you start filling up this table by answering this question. What is your research design? After you identify your methodology, we need to plan. Okay, we need to plan to implement your research. That is research methodology. So you start listing down the tasks, the milestone, and the deliverable that you need to achieve. Then you start filling up this table again. And how do you analyze your data? Make sure you know what to select, what is your sampling frame, what are the data sources that you need to collect that lead you to help to test your hypothesis, right? It could be speech data. These are examples of data that you can collect, right? This is an example. Please read it from the previous topic on emails and the language that they use. You see the data needed, the research question, the data needed, the data collection. Yeah, please read it. So fill up this table, a continuity from the method table. Okay. Right. So how do you process and analyze your data? Once the collection of data method is listed, you can start writing how you would process and analyze your data. This is based on previous research, right? So you need to start thinking about whether yours is quantitative or qualitative, or positivism or interpretivism, or formal method is under positivism. Experiment is under positivism. Right, so when it is a quantitative, right, you need to design your questionnaire. So there is a workshop that MPWS organized and I will be conducting it. It's a one-day workshop, right? So this is, I've given you a checklist of the plan. This question would help you to check your research plan. This question also can be used for you to check your final thesis before you go for your viva. All right. In conclusion, the weakness of much of our research is that we fail to take seriously the initial step in research design, that is formulating your problem. Remember that, okay? And to obtain information about current knowledge in the area, it is important for you to critically evaluate, not just summarize, okay? Analyze the previous research, and it's important to understand epistemology and the possible ways of gaining knowledge. And but why is it important, ontology and epistemology? To help you to create a holistic view of how the knowledge is viewed, how we can see ourselves within the community of practice, okay, in relationship with the previous knowledge, and the methodological strategies that you can use to uncover and to discover. Therefore, awareness of philosophical assumption will definitely help to increase the quality of your research. Thus, you can contribute to society through being a creative researcher. I can't say, and I can't ask any question because my time is up. But of course, I would be pleased to answer the question in any of the workshops that I will be conducting in future.